That's really beautiful because I think so many people always say like, why now to people? And I actually was interested to know like, why now? And I can feel your energy. And like, I think a lot of people who have been your fan for so long have wanted you to get to this point in your life. But I do know a lot of it is a little messy because I just obviously saw some chapters got released of your memoir. And then you have your ex-husband, Austin, coming forward and he's already commentating on this is a lie, this isn't truthful, this is exaggerated. How did you feel when you saw him kind of publicly coming out and trying to put down essentially this book?
Yeah, I feel like that's already an indicator of why I never expressed myself, you know, through all those allegations of cheating and infidelity and all those things. It's like, I was so afraid to speak up. I was so afraid to say, I'm an idiot. Like, I just didn't see it, you know? Or I was so afraid to say, you know, I'm trying to hold the very little piece that we have in our family. I'm trying to keep that together. I'm trying to shelter the very little piece that we have, you know? And for me, it was like, you know, I'm embarrassed. I don't know what's true or not. There's so many things that aren't true. It's really hard to like differentiate what is true, what isn't, until I really found out.
Okay. We're going to go all the way back because I feel like we know you as the Ace family. We know you as Catherine, a part of the Ace family, but I think it's important, and you talk about this in your book. I want to just lightly talk about your life before all of this. Describe like, what was your experience growing up in your family dynamic?
Yeah. So, my mom was born in Nicaragua. My dad is Panamanian. They met in Panama. They were teenagers when they met. And, you know, they had a lot of hardship. They had a very toxic relationship, just like any young couple that is new to a country, new language, new everything. They didn't have family. They didn't have friends. And so the first half of my childhood, my dad was a single dad. My mom took herself out of that toxic relationship and moved to Florida. And so, you know, I knew she did that for the best of the family. And it's interesting because I'm like, I had such an awareness even as a child that I like knew like she's doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like I knew that as a child. And I'm like, I know my mom is doing this for us, you know, for the bigger picture. My parents didn't have much money, you know, really nothing. Yeah. And I had this really weird relationship with money. Like I remember thinking like, you know, my mom would say things like, we don't have the money for that, or we can't do that, or, you know, and I remember looking at her and thinking, I'm going to make a lot of money one day so that I can do all the things that I want to do, and I can support you, and I can support my family. And it was like this drive that I had inside of me.
So many adults, you get to that place where you're like, what was lacking in your childhood that then you were craving? Because whether you had friends that had it or you were told you couldn't have it, then it's almost like that goal in your head, which then we'll get to because then you eventually got all of that. And sometimes it doesn't mean that that is the thing that brings you happiness. But when you're young and you have this vision,
totally,
it's like you're going to go for it no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm interested though, hearing you talk about your parents having a toxic relationship. Like, how did their marriage impact you at a young age of like how you viewed love?
Yeah, hugely. Oh my God, that's such a good question. You're so good at this.